Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build a City. We are coming up to 150 episodes into this series, and we have not yet built a pub. Somewhere where the adults of the community can go and drink all of their problems away. Now, I've been getting a lot of messages through Facebook and Twitter recently about this. How come you haven't done a pub, AJ? Is it because most of your viewers are under 18 and you don't want to sort of promote drinking or promote alcohol? No, it's not really that. I think you guys are smart enough not to drink if you're underage. It's just that I haven't really had time to do it. We've been busy with other buildings. And in all honesty, I sort of forgot about it. I sort of forgot about the whole pub thing. Now, a pub location is very important for business, so being right near the housing community is a must. It has to be within walking distance of most of the houses, so people can just leave their house and go down to the pub for a few drinks. You can't have it too close to the primary school, so we don't want it over that side. I'm going to have it over this side in this little gap here. And the material that the pub is made out of is very important as well. Now, I've chosen Aiden sent through a bunch of different pubs, and I really liked this picture. However, this picture must have been taken on a potato or something, because the quality of the picture is absolutely despicable. However, I can sort of see the outline, I can see the shape, I just can't see the fine details like what the pub's name actually is. If you're taking a promotional picture for your pub to put on your website, make sure you can see the name on the sign and it's not a blurry mess. I think the initials are S and B according to the sign nearby. But anyway, nevertheless, it's a British pub, obviously. It's made of brick, which suits this area really well, being a lot of brick buildings around. And most of these pubs are usually either houses that have been converted into a pub or an old farmhouse and sort of barns that have had some renovation and made into a pub. And that's sort of what I want to try and get across. It's got some really nice shapes to this pub. And I think we could pull off something quite nice. Now, being brick, we shall grab the brick blocks, and I think the first thing that we need to do is just lay out a shape, lay out a foundation of where we want certain things to go. Now, there's a really nice part of this pub that I like, which is a little flower bed. That's really loud in my ear. A little flower bed that holds the sign for the pub. I'm going to do it 3 blocks deep, so then we can have one for the post in the middle, and then some long grass or something, or even podzol, or I don't know, something down the side there. So that goes like that. The front of it is then a small car park. Now, some pubs have bigger car parks than others. This one doesn't really have too much of a car park. I think maybe 5 or 6 cars could be able to park in it comfortably here. Freeze. But seeing as though it's within walking distance of most of the houses, or all of the houses, we don't really need to drive there. Plus, you shouldn't really be driving to a pub anyway. So, I think the pub is going to start. We need at least 6 blocks, don't we, for the car parking space, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means minimum it should start here. But I sort of like where it is. I sort of like that spot there for the front of the pub. Okay, now it has a very flat front apart from this window. It's like got a curved window out here. We'll do that in a little bit. So it's going to come out to about here. The curved window is going to start here and end there. It's going to have like a shape like that, I think. Do you know what I mean? That sort of bowl, like the Simpsons house. You know, the Simpsons house has the same thing. All right, so that's going to go up here. We're then going to have a little window in here. It's going to be a little 2x2 window, like so. It then has another little window. I think I'll do another 2x2 window in here, like so. It then has... Ooh, we're getting a little close already. I might have to take out that window and put the door there instead. If we do that. I didn't quite realise how close we were really getting. If I go there and there, that should probably be good. Yeah, that should probably be good. And then we have this sort of, it's like a barn section. Like I said, it has no windows in it. It's sort of just like a blank wall. Oh, you know what? We might have had enough room for it. And I'm going to bring it out to... I don't want to get too close to the house, to the back of this house. I mean, we've got back doors on here, so this should really have a garden. We haven't done a garden for this house. Let's bring it to here. And then if we just grab a fence really quickly, we'll just stick a fence down, maybe just as a temporary sort of divider. Like that. And we'll bring it to here and there. So that's a nice sized back garden for that house. A little small for the size of the house, but it'll do fine. And I think that's a sensible length of the house. It's one of those sort of quaint, small pubs, you know, where only the locals go to. I think I like that. I think that's good. So this will go back. This needs to go back deep enough to fit some a decent amount of chairs on the inside. Maybe this would be more of the restaurant side. You know how the pubs usually have some sort of meal deal going on in there. Hey, a pig. It's very rare to find any animals on this world. That, I'm not really quite sure why. People always ask me, AJ, how do you get rid of all of the passive mobs in the world? To be honest, I don't really know. Most of my worlds just don't. Once you start building, when you first start the world, there's loads. Obviously, because it's all like just a plains biome. But after a short while of doing some building, they just seem to dull out, and they don't really spawn all that often. I know over by the cargo port there used to be a ton, but recently they've sort of stopped, and nothing's really come of it. Now, I don't want this to be just a squarish building, so right here in line with the door, I'm going to drop this back, and I'm going to put this down to here, just so it's not a completely square building. We know that this is the flower bed thing, so that just goes across there. That's like a pretend area, and then that's the shape of the building. It's also a two-story building, because usually the owners of the pub live upstairs and work downstairs. Sometimes the toilets are upstairs as well to these kind of places, but that should be pretty good. We know there's no windows down here. We don't want any windows on this side either, looking into the garden of the next door neighbours, but we can certainly have a couple of windows over here. I think the 2x2 windows seem to be a perfect size for this build. So if we put in one there, we put in one there, I get a lovely one in the middle. I think that's good. No windows down this side. Doesn't make any sense. We don't want a window there, and we don't want a window on this corner either. We also need the location of the bar. The bar location is very important. Now, I think we were going to have a little bit of seating in here, maybe even going in front of the windows. And I think it would be the best idea to have the bar along here, and then maybe some more seating down the side there. So where the bar is, we don't want to have any windows either. Always remember that windows take up wall space, and if you've got a window there, it makes it very hard to put any bookshelves or bar or anything really. You know, you can't easily do a kitchen too well if you've got too many windows. So always bear that in mind. There's also, get out here, pig. There's also no point in having any windows there in front of the flower bed, but I can have a little window in there, just the one, maybe two. Maybe two sounds about right. Two looks good. All right, so let's take these blocks out here, and let's do this window. Now, this window it's a white window, and I think we can pull that off. We'll get some snow blocks. Oops, capital letters. And if we put these in there and there, we'll use some slabs to go around the bottom. I don't think I want to go to there, though. We'll then use some full glass blocks. We'll use white stained glass. I think it gives a lovely shimmer on these kinds of buildings. And then I want a grey slab at the top. Or maybe... No, I'm going to go with that one and then that one on top of it. So we're going to make sure we put this on the bottom half, and then this on the top half. Like that. I think that's going to work really nicely. I think that's going to work well. It looks a little bit strange, a little bit bulky at the moment, but I think that's because the height of the pub itself isn't at where it should be. I think once we get the height in, that window will look a little bit smaller then. And we still have the depth here for the car, don't we? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. So we've got more than what we need, plus the pathway is going to be removed as well, isn't it, for the entrance here. Okay. So we can start doing some of the roof sections now on the areas that only have a one story. So we have, obviously, the pub entrance here. I could add another block and do it up there if we wanted to. And that way we could have something here, some stairs or something as a little design. We could have something like that. You can imagine a little sign would be in there, opening times or something like that, happy hour. That would be pretty cool. In here, this is only the 1-story section, so this can just sort of wrap around here. I hate how the fences connected the blocks like that. I wish there was an option that you could change in Minecraft to stop that from happening. And then this goes up to here. So that's the level 1 story. The level... I got a text. The level 2 story starts here, obviously, and we're going to go up. We need to think about how many blocks we want between the top of the ground floor window and the bottom of the next floor window. Now, you can get away with 1. You can get away with 1 and have it in here. Now, from the outside, it looks pretty good. However, from the inside, it makes the headroom of the building very short and is very difficult to make the top floor look good as well. Because if you do it like this, look, your ceiling either has to be here for this floor to give you a little bit of headroom, but then the window is sort of 1 block too low. And if you put it half a slab down, it's then very, very tight to the top of the window there, and it's still half a block too low. So you definitely need a minimum of 2 blocks, and I think that's what we can do with this pub. So we're going to have 2 blocks there between the first window and the second window. It will also just squeeze nicely above, yeah, perfectly, in fact, above this other window. Now, get out of here, you stupid phone. We have the pub sign in the middle here, so we want to have the window. I might put the window a little bit more off to the left side than it is on the picture, so that way we can actually get a nice large green sign in here, which is like the pub colour, isn't it? And I might drop it back a block. I know it's a waste of space for the inside, but I think it would look better if we done it 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 blocks thick. It doesn't need to be in line with the window or anything like that. And then we have that one in there, that across the top, and then another window in like that. You know, I think that could look pretty good. Now, being in 1.7, just check my phone. Being in 1.7, I don't have banners, so I can't do any. I only have like the modded ones. I don't have the ones that you can actually like put letters on, which would be nice because it'd be cool to have like a pub name across there. But we just can't really do it. Does white look good under all of these, or would grey look better? That's what white looks like. No, I think I like the white. We could even do the similar thing of what we got on this window and put grey above it, but that might look a little too much. I think it does. I think that's going to look a little bit too heavy on the slabs. Okay, that's good though. So now we've got the height of this second story. I never like to have the windows perfectly in line with the bottom story in some cases. On the front, I think it's quite important to, but on the other stories, sometimes it's better not to have them in line. So I'm going to have this one in line here, but then I'm not going to have one there, but I'm going to have one there instead. Oh, maybe over by 1. Like that. That's how I'm going to do the top of this one. Same here. I'm going to have a window in line with this one. But I'm not going to have one until around about, we'd have one there, one there. So I'm going to do, I could do it 2. 2 there sounds good. So remember, upstairs is going to be the living quarters for the pub owners. So we need to have things like bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen, because obviously I don't think they would use the downstairs kitchen, the pub kitchen for their household stuff. I don't know. Okay, and then this comes straight across here to finish off this section, and we don't want any windows down here because the peak of this roof is going to go up there anyway. How are we doing for time? We're doing great for time. We've cracked this building out. It's a really, really simple building that you have a lot of options with. Yeah, I think I really like it. I think it's good. I could extend this further. If I instead made this window go to here, I could add another 2 green blocks just to make it that little bit longer. Oh, and then it is now in line with that window. It's 1 block wider than each of the windows. That's so unintentional, but I think works so well. Yeah, okay, we're going to go with that. We're going to do that. For the roof, we're going to use just our normal grey stairs. I think it's going to look the best. And I'm not going to worry about any sort of white undersides or anything like yet. I'm just going to sort of put it down first. Let's get our peaks out of the way now. I got hiccups as well now. Do I want the window, the level starting on here or up here? I think I want it up there. So we're going to have to add another sort of layer on here. It's going to be quite a tall building. Very farmhouse, like we said at the beginning. Ooh, very, very tall. I think that's going to look great. Yeah, I think that's going to look really, really, really good. Now, ooh, hold on though. On the picture, if you look really carefully, I don't know if it's part of the pub or not, but it sort of has an M shape in the roof as two sort of roofs are put together. What if we tried that on this side? So we go from here to here, but then what we do is in the middle point, which I think is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if we do it like this instead. Oh, I think that looks really cool. Don't you? And it's like two sort of connected. I think that could work really, really, really well. So if we take those away instead, I think that's going to work really well. All right, so, and then this one can be one large one, I'm hoping. And it can also, I think this one can be lowered down. So this one can skim across the top of the windows. So if we don't like it, we can always just make it a little bit taller. But yeah, that works well. See, then it'll go there and across here. And then if we wanted to do any sort of underside ones with either white slabs or the grey slabs, they would touch the windows, but they would be in a good way, I think. Like that. Okay, so, like always, go down the peaks first. So we want this one. This is a really easy part, because obviously we're not really connecting. Well, the whole roof of this is actually really easy, because we're not connecting anything up at all, are we? There's no corners really to get involved with, apart from here. So it should be a relatively easy roof. That one, that one. That one, perfect. That one. Should really be going up the sides here as well. Well, I think you guys really get the idea with this one. In the middle here, all we're going to do is a full block. So we're going to grab a full block. Nether. Yeah. I forgot which one it was. Like that. You just put a full block in down the middle. And then that one. Slab, obviously, over the top. And goes down here. Okay, it's really simple. I'm going to do the rest of it off camera here, the roof, and I should be back. Alright, and as normal, once you've done that, go around on the upside down stairs underneath all of the peaks. In the middles, I always like putting them forward. Some people leave them. I like putting them forward. And underneath these full blocks, I also like to do one sort of facing forward as well. I think it just connects it to the building in a nice way. It sort of just ties everything together really well. I also love this double peak. I think it looks a lot better than the giant one that we had to start off with. I like the giant one, but I think this one looks just a little bit more original, more pub-like. I don't know. Have I done that side? I've done that side. And then underneath those. Okay, wonderful. Now that we've done that, we can go around with the white slabs under any straight sections, like this. Now, some people, I have folded them around before the side here. I've done that on a couple of the buildings. But I think for this one, I just want to keep them straight. I think if they don't go around the corners comfortably, then don't. I think we just want the straight. So it's just this one. And then one on the other side. And I think that's it, isn't it? Because we don't have one under there. And we have it under here. Now, this both looks like, what are they called? Like a backboard? What are they called? Not coving. I can't remember what they're called up there. Or drainage. They look like two, either like drain pipes or the face. That's it, fascias. So whatever you sort of think that you want them to look like, they can. Looks pretty good. Now, it's a British old pub, so it definitely needs the two chimneys. At least one chimney, but this picture has two. And I think I like the two, one on either side. They're both on the front. In fact, it has three. I think it has two on the front and one on the back. I doubt they're all used, but I think it's a good idea to put them all down. So let's have this one. I think I want it 6 blocks. I think I want it like that. And it's not really that tall, so I'm going to put it up to here. And I think I'm going to go with an anvil one. Obviously, you can do anvils, you can do, so loud, you can do anvils, you can do slabs, you can do plant pots. They're the sort of 3 that I think probably look the nicest in Minecraft. Yeah, I'm going to go with the anvil design for this one. What have I gone with nearby? Anvil over there, slab over there. And I think I had a plant pot one somewhere else as well. This one I might do a thinner one. Why would they all need to be the same size? And then this one I'm going to do a little bit off from it, so they're not going to be all perfectly in line. And we'll do this one as a thicker one over here. And maybe one block taller. Nah, we'll keep them all the same height. Oh, it's so loud. It's even loud on the video, so you can imagine what it is for me. Okay, that looks really, really cool. Beer garden will be out the back. So, how are we doing? We're doing great. We're going to be able to finish this in one episode, I'm pretty sure. Let's just stick the windows in. Replace with 160. And there. We'll put the doors on there in a minute. We have no windows around this side. We do, though, under here. We will have it here. And whoops. And there. And on the sides. Okay, so there's the windows in. Oh, we got the windowsills to put on these side ones as well. Oh, it just keeps out the way of the road. That's lucky, isn't it? That's very fortunate. Here, there, that one, and that one. This one, and this one. Smashing. Smashing. Let's get down. Let's finish off the front. Let's finish off the front so we can take away from here to there. That lamppost is in the perfect spot too. Set air. It keeps everything out the way. We'll go from there. Well, we go from here to there. Set stone. Beautiful. This I'm really not a fan of. I'm going to take this away. And I'm going to replace it with a hedge. Then we don't get the fence join up like that. And they also will make a better edging for the stone that we have here. This is loud as well. I think I can keep just a 2x1. We'll do it like that. Rose bushes. And lilac bushes. Just those two, I think. There we go. Make a nice sort of edging to that. Actually makes the garden a little bit bigger as well for some reason. Okay, I like this. I'm going to put this line, though, all the way down here. And then that way it's sort of a border then, but it's like a border that people know that they can sort of drive over. And do we want car parking spaces? Or do we just leave it open? I think I have to go with the parking spaces. We've done it in the rest of the world. Why stop here? So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do I want to go straight across? If we had one there and one there. Perfect. 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now the car parking space is sort of ended a little premature because of that window that sticks out. So what do we do in these sort of areas? Benches. Couch. That's the word. Like little front ones. Then you know that the car doesn't go all the way to the edge then. We'll sort of just put them in like this. Tables. We'll use still oak. I think oak are the best ones over the spruce and stuff like that. So we'll have that one and that one. And then that's just sort of a sitting bench. Yeah. So we've got a little bit of a beer garden out there. I don't have any of those umbrellas that you can stick on top. We can make them out of carpets and stuff. But, for the doors on the front here, I think these ones are pretty perfect for a sort of traditional pub door. There or there. No, I think I like them being a little set back. Perfect. Down the front here. Podzol. I think Podzol. Look, I was looking at the picture, and the picture's got more of a gravel look, but the gravel in Minecraft is quite different to the gravel that I sort of like think gravel as. Gravel for me is sort of the orangey style stones. You know, like driveway stones. But in Minecraft, gravel is a sort of grey, flinty sort of mixture. Yeah, because you can get flint out of it. Which doesn't look quite well, and plants don't really grow on it, do they? So I think I'll have it like this. And then, can I bone meal Podzol? You know, I've never thought about it. No, you can't. Huh, there you go. It's question answered. Ferns, both types. Oops. Long grass. Oops. Grass, both types. And maybe some white flowers. We'll just go to flowers. These ones and these ones. And I think that's going to be it. So put some ferns in. Put some long ferns in. Put some grass in. Some tall grass. And then all of the other spaces we'll fill out with, oops, the other white flowers. I think that looks really neat. Don't want any colour in there. I just like it like that. Okay, I think that's the building completed, right? I guess the building completed. I really like it. I think it looks a little bit plain, though. What can we do about that? What can we do about the plainness of it? We can definitely get... These are perfect. These old lamps that we've used everywhere are literally exactly what you need for this kind of pub. We'll put one on either side of the sign as well. That's absolutely bang on. Well, that helped a lot. But I'm thinking about something down the corners of the building. See, on the picture, it is just plain. Like, there's nothing there. Some ivy? Some ivy growing up it? Not ivy. What is it called? Vines. Yeah, some ivy growing up this side. That should get rid of the plainness of it. Just there. I can't get it any higher. I have to go there and around the corner a little bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, string. That one. Just stop spreading where we don't want. And that one. That one. And it can't go up because of that. Alright, yeah. 100%. We could probably do that on a couple of the other sides if they look a little bit plain as well. Like up here. And wrapping up and around the top of that window. Like that. Ooh, I hate it when it freezes. Oh, it's a good one. There we go. Up here. I don't know why it does that. And then over the top of the window there. A little bit thin here. So let's just add a couple more like that. I think that's good. String, 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 string. I don't think they're going to go around the corners. I hope not, at least. Got that one. I think that's good. Yeah. On the back side, I don't really want it on the back. We need a back door. Yeah, let's get the back door in to the beer garden. I think I want it over this side. Oh no, the bar goes here though, doesn't it? We'll have to take out one of these windows for it. So then the back doors will go. Is that like perfect? Oops. Is that perfectly in line? It is. I do that so often. They end up being perfectly in line with the front doors. That's okay though. Weather clear. And then the beer garden at the back here. We might as well continue this hedge on. To about there. That sounds about right. I want a taller fence. What can we do with a taller fence? Do we just stack up two fences together? Maybe using this one. I know they don't connect to the hedges, but that's okay. This looks like a little bit like an iron fence, but like taller. I think we can go with that. Down the back here. Now, it doesn't need to go all the way to the edge of the building. I'm quite happy with it just going to there. And I think we'll continue this down as well. Oops. Now, in the back of these beer gardens, it's pretty simple. There's just some chairs. So we'll go back to those couches. We'll keep with the oak ones. Same with the tables. We'll keep with those. And I'm going to put the candles in them, but I'm going to make... I'm going to sort of pretend that they're ashtrays instead for the smokers that come out the back of the pub. So we'll have those here. That one. We'll have a couple of sort of smaller ones out here. I don't want them all perfectly in line with each other. I like them being slightly off angle. We'll have another big one down here. Well, not slightly bigger one. And maybe a couple of just 2Z ones here. Not on the table. Alright, I don't like it that way. We'll put it here. Oops. Like that. And then there. Now, if we get these candles, I think these look a little bit like an ashtray in the middle of the table, right? We'll just put them on like 3 of them there. And then on the other ones, it would be really nice if we could get a little umbrella on them. Just maybe on those 2. Carpet. Green, obviously. And some string, which we've already got. You know, that's going to look so weird. I don't know. We'll give it a go. There. That one, that one. That one, that one. That one, and that one. They're always green because they always have, I don't know, Carlsberg or something like that on them. If you could just get the middle one to be that little bit higher. We don't have a green slab. What would a white slab look like? I mean, would that be better? I think it does look better. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. So, white one there. That actually looked a lot better than I thought. And on... Where'd that one go? I placed a piece of string down somewhere and I don't know where it went. It's going to be there forever. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Maybe some leaves just as a decoration in the corner here. Not to there. Like that. And I think we're pretty much done. I don't think I want anything else. I don't want to stripe the back there because obviously it's trodden on a lot. We can do a little bit of a gravel sort of path if we need to. Oh, and those lamps as well we'll do at the back here. Chink. I'll put it right there. I think that looks better. So yeah, let's just do these. Just like an idea on where the path would go. Something like that. Then it gives us a little bit of something in the back garden, doesn't it? Alright, I am happy with that. Aiden's Pub. What do you guys think? If you enjoyed it, then hit that like button. If you haven't already, then feel free to subscribe. I did not think that we would actually be getting this completed this episode, so I'm going to have to think about something else to do for next episode, but I'm very, very happy on how it turned out. Boy, are those bright. Boy, are those bright. Oh, well. I have got the right shader pack on, don't I? Yeah, I do. Those buildings, that doesn't look as bright as that. I don't know what all that's about. Maybe it's the street light in front that's adding a little bit more to it. Oh, and the sign. I forgot about the sign. Hold on. Like that. And then green. And that on the top. There we go. Now we're a pub. Alright, guys.